We do many things to feel beautiful in ourselves. We put on makeup, we put on jewelry, we put on an aesthetic, we make self images. We want to look good in the society, we want to look good for ourselves. There are many ways in which we want to look good. There are many ways in which we want to feel like we are looking good. What is that feeling exactly? Is it feeling like you're pretty, or is it feeling like you're enough to be here? Is it feeling like you're good, or is it feeling like you're confident enough to show up to other people, to show up to yourself? Is being and labeling all of these things just a way so as to feel more confident and feel more you? Absolutely. Because life is finding you. We all know that. And in the end, you're going to be who you're meant to be in this life. Even if you don't believe in this concept or not, you're going to be someone. And if you don't believe it's written in the stars, then perhaps you will believe that in the end, it's not a matter of whether you're a spiritual believer or not. It's just a matter of whether you've chosen to believe that you are meant for something in this life. If you don't choose that, you're going to be just an insignificant little being, at least in your head. But in reality, you are someone, aren't you? You are someone who's able to listen to what I speak right now. You are someone who can make decisions based on what is right and what is wrong for you. So you are someone. Then why not tap into this spirituality thing? Well, it's hard. I, for one, am a very science oriented person. I love researching, I love evidences. For people like me, it's hard to tap into feelings. It's hard to tap into yourself because we think logically over intuition, I guess. It's just that part of our brain overpowers the part of feelings, because feelings is like indirectly believing that we are some we are a part of some woo woo topic of having to woo topic of believing in god and all that. It's like we resist that. We resist feeling, so how are we going to tap in? We resist feeling because we think there is no point in it. But if we don't resist it, what would be the points that we can get? Now, in this video, I'll be using another line. This is going to be going on throughout my channel. Lines. I love lines. I love words. So let's pick a line today. The line for today is signals for grace. Signals for grace. I'll be talking about how spirituality is something that you can tap in without resisting it, if you want to tap into it through signals for grace. All right. Now, signals. Picture this. There is a breeze. There is a breeze behind me. There is a breeze that is making my hair float in the air. There is a breeze that makes me feel like I am beautiful. You can choose to look at this breeze in two different ways. You can choose to look at this breeze as just some common thing that always happens, or you can just look at it like it is beautiful for what it is. It is magical for what it is. We know how air works, right? We know that it flows from one place to another. But there is magic in that. What is magic? Magic is just finding the beauty in that one particular thing. So we can find magic in everything if that is the case. Then why not believe that this air is magic? That I am feeling beautiful because this air is the product of some sort of magic that makes me want to, that is encouraging me to do this video right now. Why not believe that it's a signal from God or higher power or the universe who is encouraging me to be confident in my own beliefs? Metaphors. Metaphors are beautiful, and metaphors can be found every day in all the things that we do. Those are signals. Signals is the ability to harness something for your own benefit. Now, if I watch a video, you're watching a video right now, you can take something from this video that benefits you and you can actually implement it in your daily life. You can take a positive thought from this video and you can use it as a beautiful thing so that you can make your life even more magical. So that means if you have the ability to harness the magic or harness the beauty from something, that is the signal given by the universe. So, signals or signs is a common phrase that we use. Signs from the universe, such as the air that is encouraging me right now, or the affirmations that have made me want to sit in front of you and talk to you right now, those are all signs that I'm doing the right thing. Those are all signs from my journey that I was meant to do this. I look at it that way. I don't choose to not look at it that way because I don't find the magic in things, the magic in talking, if I don't look at it as a sign. That's just how I am now because I've chosen to believe in this. I've chosen to believe in magic. So, to tap in to yourself, to spirituality, you just need to look for signals. Now, as I said in the first beginning part, you're always going to be who you're meant to be. And that doesn't mean that you have to cultivate faith, right? But you can look at signals. You can take signals. You can look at signs. There was a butterfly flowing past me. That is a sign for me that I'm doing the right thing. So you can choose some things that can be your signs, that can just do this little challenge with me. Take something that is unusual. Maybe in your place, rain is unusual, or maybe in your place, sunny sceneries, or a great picnic spot. All of that is pretty unusual for you to find in your place. Then pick those unusual things and take it as signs. Tell outwardly to the vast space in front of you, I am choosing for this particular thing to be a sign from for me every single time I want encouragement, or every single time I want the validation that I'm going on the right path. Just do that and see if those signs pop up. If they do start popping up, then you slowly start to believe that what you put outwardly has come true. Now you understand by me just explaining that that concept, you understand that it's not really about believing in something other than you, but it's about putting the intention into yourself that you are going to take that as a sign, if you get what I mean. So spirituality, though we make it about trusting something other than us, in the end, it's only us. In the end, it's only us telling our mind to take these as signs, if you look at it in that type of way. So signals are the basis, all right, to tap in to being connected with yourself or spirituality. Now, signals for, what does for mean? For is the ability to allow yourself to believe. If you can't believe that there is a higher power, then at least believe that you have yourself. My god, yeah. At least believe that you have yourself. What's going on? At least believe that you have yourself to trust. Faith is faith is a weird thing because as humans, the basis of all of spirituality is just this: we find that we can trust another person more than ourselves. We look for external validation before we find the validation that we can give to ourselves. We love other people as an infant, and then slowly we love ourselves, right? So it's it's because we are creatures that thrive in communities. Human beings are always social creatures. I can put it in that way. So that is why we've cultivated this concept that if we believe in something other than us, then it's going to happen, basically. But the real thing that happens is that if we do the opposite, if we believe that there is no higher power than ourselves, that the higher power or God is you, then that means that is also going to happen. So it's like a two-way thing. The more you start to believe and the more you start to tap into spirituality for a higher being, a energy source, then it's the more that you start to be connected within yourself. So it makes you question, is there God? Is there is spirituality real, or is it just something that we've come up so that we can win, so that we can feel something? But what I have to say for that is that to openly trust in something unknown is a feeling. It's not a feeling. For that feeling to exist, to openly trust that there is God, then it is somewhat valuable, right? That perception of God, though it may not be real, it is something that is possible, because how would we know? Energy is everything. Sources of energy is everywhere, and we are energy, chemistry, right? So why not why not believe that there is something that we can trust? Now, this makes more sense when you're in a situation where you're depressed, or where you're in a situation where you need hope. That's also the basis for why faith sparks in a person. When you need hope in a situation, that is when you start to try to believe, because you don't have the hope left in you, right? You don't have the hope left in you to be hopeful. That's why you start to believe that there is hope somewhere else. So, for is basically the ability to trust and be open to what there is. If you don't allow yourself to feel hopeful, to feel something while you're in this journey of tapping into spirituality, then the benefits of this, the reaping of this harvest is not going to happen, because you're just not believing. Belief systems is what is the connector of all of us. But the thing is, you can choose to not believe in that, as we know, and you can choose to believe in something else. And this video, the ideas that I'm sharing right now, these are the beliefs that I've cultivated. So you can think of spirituality as something else according to what you have cultivated. So journeys are different, but we are all one. And so, if I would describe spirituality, it would be connection. Connection to either something other than yourselves, or to an energy, or to a higher power, or to your soul, or to your essence. And these are all new terms, and terms that now have been exchanged by a lot of people. But yeah, so for now, how do we use for? How do we openly trust? How do we trust that there is something unknown waiting for us to grab our hand and give us hope? How do we trust that there is something? We trust by fakeness. We trust by doing affirmations that the universe is holding me. We trust by going on experiences, by going on routes that help us find that there is something other than us. Like, for example, what I've observed is that grind I've grind what I've hustled for my self improvement. I've hustled from for my self improvement because I put a certain ideal that this is what I want to be, this is my perfect self. So in that journey, what I've realized is that the ways that I've gone have made me learn certain lessons that have made me retracted from that way and go into another way. So I've looked at those as blessings, as signals basically, and that is why I've pivoted to this way. So in your journey, as you look at signals, you get the fall, you get the ability to trust. And if you just take that small step to fully open yourself and allow yourself to believe after you've gone through that experience, through those experiences, then you are going to be more inclined to have faith. You are more inclined because experiences make us who we are. Experiences make us believe, right? So that's four. Now grace, why while you think of grace, you think of it as many things have happened since the last clip that you saw me in. Now, okay, so what happened was that I got tons of calls. Confirmation is what we use here for that. And it started raining. I was outside, so I had to run back down. And it made me sit down. I took it as a signal to sit down and really think about this word that I had to explain to you right now, grace. So I've explained to you signals for. Now, to talk about grace, I was thinking of talking about it in a way as stating it like it's the stage where you are able to fully be your authentic self. That was what I was going to be talking about regarding grace. But what stage I'm in and what I've understood now as I've thought and journaled about it is that grace isn't that. Grace can vary. Let me just read to you what I've written. All right. So grace can vary. Grace, it isn't an aesthetic. It is raw, hard, soft, angelic all at once. But it isn't who you think you are. It is much more. Once you enter this stage, you are able to be your child self again. You are safe within you and you can just be with you. For you've attained the grace of being in utter surrender. Your guiding light is your intuition here. So what I want to say is that grace is not the final stage in spirituality or whatever, but it's this moment of feeling like you can be safe within yourself. In the start of any spiritual journey, you are always kind of in wobbly grounds, right? Because that is where the faith has sprung up. That is where you've got the abilities and opportunities to go through experiences and be who you are right now. So now what it has made you in this stage is that you are so familiar with yourself, with your patterns, your with your highest self, what you want to become, who you want to be, what types of rest that you need, what hobbies that make you feel like yourself, who you are, and how, and your potentials, your limitations, your flaws, your shadows, everything merges in this stage because you've done the work, you've done the shadow work. Now it's just a matter of not doing anything. And by not doing anything, don't do anything, just be with yourself. This is very very generalistic advice, because that's not what actually happens. That's not what you actually have to do. What you should understand in this stage, if you're in it right now, is that if so let's use another person, because we know that we can trust another person more than ourselves. If you have your very close friend with beside you, and the way you express uh, your bond is by just sitting with each other, and just being in your own thoughts, and just being with each other. If you can do that with another person, why can't you do that with yourself? And this is a stage in which you can. It's a stage in which you can welcome every single thing that comes up in your mind. It's the stage of full acceptance of where you're at and what you believe you are, and where you are, basically. So in this stage, you don't do anything because you know you don't have to. Everything works out in your favor. If you just stare at a wall in this stage, you are going to get messages, as in signals on what you have to do, on what you want to do. And you are going to chase what you want, because you know that in this stage, your wants is what you're going to be that version of yourself that you're wanting. It's basically the following all of the needs, all of the things that you are guided to do. Guidance is what I'm trying to explain here, but it's such a complex feeling. You have to experience it, right? Just just understand. And I want you to look at this video as a sign, as a signal for you to start to believe that this grace can be attained. Now, grace isn't grace isn't the aesthetic of a swan, but it is you. It is the utter surrendering to who you have become. And it's amazing. It's a beautiful feeling. Yeah, if you watch this whole video, I am so grateful for you. It's raining hard. I take rain as a signal. And so let this video be a signal for you that you're on the right path. If you actually are able to implement the signals that you get, you're in for a beautiful ride. Growth is hard, it's not easy. Being accountable for yourself, looking at your shadows, nothing is easy. But it becomes easier and it becomes more enjoyable. And in the end you get to experience things that most don't experience in their whole lifetimes. Feelings are abundance. They are more valuable than any financial security that you can have. So I just want you to believe that you can do what you are meant to do, what you want to do in this time. I'll look at you very very soon. Bye bye.